Troops TV presented by Heineken. Shout out to Heineken. I was drinking them all weekend because we took care of business this weekend. So I was enjoying that A yeast, that crisp taste, which I hope everyone else out there too enjoyed. But remember, you got to be 21 and over. You can drizzle it to your crib, or you can go pick it up at the local retail store. But as always, drink responsibly. So as you can see, we got Guni over here. Tottenham 0, Chelsea 3. Wow, what a stunning scoreline there. I mean, convincing win by Chelsea. Started a bit slow, first half wasn't too great, but picked up second half and boom, absolutely cleaned Tottenham. How are you feeling, Guni?
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to shamelessly plug my prediction, which was 3-0 to Chelsea. But I will say this, though. I'm going to humble myself and bring myself down to earth a little bit. On the way the game started and how we played today, did I think we'd end in 3-0 result? Absolutely not. The first half, Tottenham showed that they meant business. They came right at us. They didn't sit back. And Ndombele, who I have to say was one of the standout players in that half, was absolutely brilliant. But the thing is, this is what I say with Chelsea, and I've said this earlier in the season, is that Chelsea, although I don't think we should lean on this too much, we are comfortable defending. We are happy to defend. We're not always chasing 4, 5, 6, 7-0 victories. I think it's like I said to you before, Tuchel is focused on making sure the defensive phase of the game is sorted out, because really and truly how it goes, attack win games, defense win titles. And if we build off these clean sheets, only one thing can happen from here. But in terms of the game, again, we started off slow. I wish we could see Chelsea start off a little bit quicker. I was quite disappointed with the two behind Romelu Lukaku. I didn't think Kai Havertz had the best game. I didn't think Mace even had the best game. But yeah, going into the second half, I was happy. You heard me say on the stream, it works out very well for Chelsea that we're going to go into the second half unscathed, because the longer Tottenham go without scoring, the more dangerous we're going to become, because you've seen it time and time again throughout the season for Chelsea.
And sorry, I got distracted. It's
That's okay.
Highlights. I should probably turn that off. Actually, my bad. Lineup. When it came out, were you happy with the selections? Mendy, of course, was missing. Yeah, he injured. Kante on the bench. All that. Were you happy with how we set?
Yeah, I think the initial surprise to everybody was not seeing Mendy in the lineup, but we do know that he took a bit of impact in the Zenit St. Petersburg game of the week, the 50-50 with Zubia. I think he got a stud to the ribs or to the chest, but either way, you could see it looked like a painful impact. So I think Tuchel was resting him as a precaution for the Juventus game that we've got coming up. No, that's not this week. That's on the 20. No, that's the wrong date. It's not this week. So scratch that. But yeah, so seeing Kepa in the lineup obviously had me a bit nervous. Then you got Aspi as the right wing back. But Aspi is Aspi, do you know what I mean? He's Mr. Reliable. Considering the game that Mason Mount had earlier on in the week, I was a little surprised to see him start, but then I could see exactly why Tuchel started him in the first half, except that Mace didn't do that job as well as I thought he would, because obviously with the way Tottenham had crowded that midfield and the control that they had in that half, I think Tuchel was expecting Mason Mount to drop back and help out that midfield and sort of had that midfield free in the defensive phase and then go back to that front three in the attacking. But in the second half, I didn't mention about the second half. Things completely changed. The substitution was Mason Mount for N'Golo Kante. A few of us thought a bit of a defensive change, but Kante
I said that on the screen. I was like, what is he doing?
But Kante showed he's not a defensive midfielder. Yeah. He is the epitome of a box-to-box midfielder. The way that man builds transitions from defense to attack is completely underrated, if not barely spoken of. You saw how the game completely opened up, how we were in control, and just how the rest of our players all around N'Golo Kante, the confidence comes up. And that's the difference. And this is why I say Chelsea, we are nailed on title challengers, because we can afford to do these things. Last week, Saul had a nightmare. We brought on Jorginho. This week, Mason Mount don't play so well in the first half. We bring on N'Golo Kante. And both decisions change the game. because we've gone from a halfway, we've scored 0 goals, and then and sort of been battling for control to win into the second half to almost being in cruise control, bro. Now, is that a case of mainly Spurs dropping off, or is it that Chelsea were that good, or Tuchel out tactic their man?
Spurs. I mean, Spurs didn't show up today. Spurs didn't show up. Harry Kane, I remember 60, 70 minutes into the stream, you were asking if Harry Kane was on the field, if anyone had seen Harry Kane, that type of shit. So I personally think it had a lot to do with Spurs' terrible showing.
No, absolutely.
More so they did. I mean, they just did not show up today at all.
No, absolutely. And it's like I said, it's we are comfortable defending. We are comfortable defending well. Even in the first half, I was saying, yes, Spurs are getting chances, but we're still defending good. We still, as long as the scoreline remains 0-0, we're fine. We're good. And I've got to give a shout out to that back line, because how many times am I going to say these guys? Man, Rudiger, Thiago Silva today, again, second time this week, he's put in a world-class performance, both at the back and contributing to a goal.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes back to the rotation option. If Thiago Silva is injured and he can't play, we can bring on Chalobah. And you see how he fits into that system. We've got depth near enough everywhere. Where I'm concerned about our depth, though, is in the final third when it comes to the chance creation. Kai Havertz can do that, but he's not always utilized in that space. You use him out on the wing. Although rotate the three rotate, Kai Havertz, for me, his better position is the second striker position behind Lukaku. But then that requires playing a 5-3-2, which we saw a glimpse of today when Mount came off.
What's it called? Lastly, chances that you created. Were you happy with the amount of chances you created?
Yeah, I was.
Lukaku didn't. I don't think Lukaku was too.
I'll come on to Lukaku. I'll come on to him, but I am happy with the chances that we did create. I was happy that we was getting into dangerous areas, because it's never an issue with Chelsea creating chances. Even before we signed Lukaku, we've always been in the top tier of chance creation. See what I'm saying? But in terms of Lukaku, look, as good as he is and as good as he's been, he's not going to score a goal every game. I'd love him to, but he's not. And today you could see, I think Tottenham actually deserve more credit on how they dealt with Lukaku than Lukaku more having a poor game, because they marked him out of the game pretty much. Yes, he had one or two contributions into the game, one of them being nice bit of skill from him. He whips in across from deep on that right side. Do you remember that? And I think Emerson Royale headed it out for the corner. I think that was the one.
Yeah.
So you could see glimpses of it, but the marking was good. Tottenham were on point, focusing on him. But it's like I was saying in the previous match previews, you can't just focus on Lukaku in a team with quality as much as Chelsea, because now when you focus on Lukaku, you've got the runners either side that are going to take advantage of that. So it's a lose-lose situation. How do you manage against something like that? Do you see what I'm saying? Unless you've got the personnel to do so. And I didn't think that Spurs really had the quality to deal with that today. And we saw the capitulation in the second half.
Yeah, rightly so. And the score, the end of score line was a true reflection of I mean, they just didn't show up. So
no,
very, very convincing win for you boys.
My man of the match, Thiago Silva.
One. Okay, there you go. Man of the match, Thiago. Yep, I would. Yeah, I'll pick him too. Kante close, but if he didn't play all 90, he came in and changed the game. But yeah, Thiago Silva deserves it. I think he had a phenomenal game. But anyway, Man Knows Football, Guni, catch him at Man Knows Football. Thank you very much, sir. And also thank you to Heineken. Remember, drink responsibly, 21 and over. Get it drizzly to your crib, or you can pick it up at your local retailer or wherever you get your booze. But just drink responsibly, enjoy the A East. And hopefully next time we're back, it's another win for us, not you guys. All right.
Hey, listen, before we go, next week, listen, I'm looking for a W, clean sheet, on to the next. Man City, Chelsea at home. Well, Chelsea, Man City at home. So that's going to be an interesting one.
There it is.
People.
Shout out Heineken.
Shout out Heineken all day.